Hello and welcome to Moon Magic Tarot. My name is Amby, and what we are doing today is a yearly overview for 2016, and this video is for Geminis. What I'm going to do is pull one card per month throughout the whole year, and we'll have one card that is representing the undertone of the whole year, kind of the energy that rides along, the common theme or whatever. Alright, so Gemini 2016. Let's see what you got coming up. Are you ready? Boom. So we got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Alright. So, Gemini, looks like the undercurrent is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so it's possible, this is generating, obviously, so it's possible that Geminis will have a woman come into her life that is an earth sign. So, they tend to be, you're an air sign, so you're very heady, so they tend to be more grounded, more 3D thinking, logical, stable, very security oriented, kind of more practical often. So it might be that a woman, an older woman, not older, but a mature woman comes into your life and plays, or has been in your life, but they're gonna play a significant role throughout your life as you move through the year. It can also just be quality sets that maybe you should be cultivating in yourself. So throughout the year, you might be working on being more realistic, more grounded, stable and secure in the decisions that you're making. So let's see how that relates to each monthly card. In January, Gemini, you start off with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is about being studious, learning new skills, perfecting old ones, just learning and putting forth effort to be better. It could be mastering a trade or whatever it is. Maybe putting it forth effort to work on you personally, but because it's Pentacles, it does have to do with stability, which, like this woman here, stability. Material stability, physical stability, like anything that makes you feel safe and secure. So like shelter, clothes, food, health. It absolutely can be money. Even sometimes they are coins instead of pentacles. So whatever you're doing, you're like investing in future abundance materially, is what it looks like. In February, you have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords, you can see there's a woman kind of caught between a circle of swords, right? She can make it out of there. She just doesn't realize it. She can't see, for one. She can make it out. But one thing I've noticed is, for one, swords kind of represent thoughts and ideas, okay? They can also be like lessons that you've learned. She's blind to those. She can't see them. She doesn't realize that those swords are sitting there waiting to be acknowledged, and because they're not being acknowledged, they're kind of holding her in place. So it might be time to try to take a more realistic stock on what's going on in your life. Sometimes we have patterns that recycle through our lives and we don't recognize them, so we keep suffering similar consequences over and over again because we haven't learned from our experiences. In February, you might want to start, or you might want to remember to look into those things to make sure that you are in fact realizing that, oh, I do the same thing in similar circumstances over and over again, and it never works out, so maybe let's try a new way of doing it. And sometimes it's just as simple as walking the way. Sometimes you feel trapped, and sometimes you just have to walk through anyways, you know. Walk through whatever restraint and realize that it's not really as strong as you thought it was, okay? So in March, you've got the Fool. And I like the Fool. He's a playful, kind of cool guy. And what he does, for one, the Fool often takes a leap of faith. And sometimes he's an idiot for it, so he'll blindly walk over a cliff, and that's not good. And there's not a lot of planning and actions that he takes, but a lot of the time, the Fool is asking you to awaken your inner child, to become more playful with life, and to reopen those childlike eyes of wonder looking at the world. You know, so you're learning to really appreciate what you have in your life a lot of the time, really, and to trust. So you gotta trust that you'll be taken care of, because you will be, as long as you're taking steps in accordance to your highest potential, or the path in which you intended to walk, or you intended to walk when you came here. So, come April, you have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, it can again be a woman, a mature woman. This woman might be a little fiery. She's very passionate about what she does. She's high energy, so she goes, okay? She can be pretty fierce, and she can be pretty intimidating. She might show up in your life and have significant impact on your life, at least enough to be what you should be aware of when April comes around. You might know this person already, and they might just up their presence to where it has more impact in your life. And it might be that somebody completely new comes into your life. They can be a fire sign, so it can also just be like, again, like this woman here, it can be quality sets that you're being asked to take into consideration that is kind of coupled up with this Fool. It might be that you're asked to be more energetic in the way you go about things. Go play, go be a spaz, jump, you know, whatever. Do those fun things. Reignite the passion in your life to where it's not so dull and, you know, gray anymore. You know, that could be what she's asking you. It could be a person, though. It's general, so you have to see for yourself how that works out. Come April, you've got the Five of Cups. Okay? You see this dude? He didn't look very happy. So, come April, it could be that something happens to where you experience a loss of some kind, and it's not a significant loss, it's a minor loss, but just enough to where you feel it, the tinge of it, or the pain of it. Or you just have a tendency, it could just really just be that you have the tendency to look at what you don't have, what you no longer have, what you had to give up, what you had to sacrifice to move forward, and you're not really recognizing what you still have. So you have to give up, sometimes you have to give up stuff to move forward, and sometimes it really just takes looking from a new perspective to see how wealthy and abundant you are, and how secure and strong your footings in this world is, and how, you know, yeah, just basically how much you have. So you might feel like you lost some, you got some loss happening. Life might not feel as good. Just know that you absolutely have more than enough. The universe is abundant and very loving, and would never leave you high and dry, unless it would take something pretty crazy to leave you high and dry, I think. So just turn around, try to look at it a different way, and you'll see the riches that are at your feet. Come June, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and see, there it is. Those are those riches. I think in June you turn around and you see, this is May, by the way. I have a hard time keeping track of which one's which. So come June, the Ace of Pentacles is saying that you turned around, you saw what you had, and it was more than you ever thought. Okay, so this is very much material abundance of security, financial security, personal security. You might feel really strong in your stance in the world. This can be stature. This can also be health. It's just very, very strong. All things 3D are good, and it could be a rush of, you could even have like a chunk of money come in when this shows up. it's possible. Look how big this pentacle is. Like, this is real deal. Big time abundance. You feel it. You feel it. It doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, there's a huge pile of money on my table out of the blue, blah. But you feel abundant. And that's one thing, she's wealthy. This woman here, she's wealthy. So maybe she gifts you something through the year, or that's what you need to cultivate, a feeling of being abundant. You gotta feel abundant with these two little measly cups, and then you start experience abundance. So you're working towards it. Maybe you're figuring it out. In July, we got the Judgment card. The Judgment card, it can be about judgment. So like keeping in check when you look at somebody and make a brash judgment and, you know, let negative things spew through your head. But judgment a lot of the times is mostly like a karmic card. So if you've been given good, then you're getting good, basically. And so you'll see that. And a lot of the times when this comes up, you'll see it around you too. So it kind of opens up where you're like, I gave this much and I took this much and now I'm getting this much and this much was taken. You kind of see that equation kind of work itself out a lot of the times when this comes up, for me anyways. So you'll get a sense of your impact in the universe by how you experience, I would say, how you experience July next year. You'll see how much positive effect or negative effect you've been having on the world at large, society at large. Okay? It's not something to be afraid of. Chances are, especially with this abundance coming in, hopefully you are creating, this could be that you're creating great karma. So you could be using this abundance to add to other people's life, which is beautiful and commendable. And so the universe usually responds by being like, high five. Here's some more abundance for you. Here's some more feely goods. Here's some other wishes and dreams that you had. So in August, you have the High Priestess. Now she has been coming up in like every reading I've done so far. And the High Priestess is about kind of the magical side of reality. So she's intuition, she's synchronicities, she's, you know, miraculous healing. She's just miracles in general. She's the feminine aspect of it. So like it's the nurturing nature of the divine or the universe or God. It's the universal motherly love coming through. And it could be that in April you're feeling more connected to the universe, or you're experiencing miracles. Listen to your intuition though, always. When the High Priestess comes in, it means it always indicates that your intuition is jacked. Just know that some of it doesn't make sense. Sometimes the mystery outweighs rationale. So sometimes you have to take that little leap. Look at her. She's just like, she's taking a serious leap of faith. Look at this lady. She's just like throwing herself out there. Okay? Sometimes you do have to take some kind of leap of faith based on your intuition. So your intuition inspires you to take this step, although it doesn't seem like it's necessarily the best step to take. It is. Take that step. I recommend it. In September, it looks like you got the Six of Pentacles. It looks like you have that abundance to give. Look. Your cup overfloweth, and outreach hands are ready to receive the abundance you can offer them as well. This is generosity. This is gifting. This is one thing that this is good, especially for the Geminis. Sometimes you can get wrapped up in your work and your heady ideas and what you have going on. Sometimes it's important to be reminded that when you work hard, it is the people that love you the most that pay the price. So this might be a reminder to invest back into those that have loved and supported you along the way. Maybe not financially a lot of the time, they just want a time, which is also a very 3D thing that Pentacles can represent. So you will have time and abundance. So invest it wisely. Use it wisely to help people. Because again, karma does come through in periods unexpectedly, and you want to have, you know, you don't want to be playing the system to try to make sure you always have good karma, because that doesn't work out. It's disingenuous. But give from a caring, loving heart. And I know, you know, being great communicators gives you this connection to people in a way that can be very, very deep and meaningful. So you do understand the needs that they have, and being generous is a beautiful thing. And finding creative ways to be generous is a good thing for Geminis. So maybe you're asked to do that at this time, okay? So then we've got October. October, you've got the Devil. And the Devil basically is asking you to give up something. Give up something that you used kind of to pacify or band-aid some kind of hurt that you have, or some kind of insecurity, or some situation that you feel powerless to change, that you're trying to cope with in a way that is very destructive to yourself. I mean, this could be all kinds of things. A lot of this is very masculine, so it can be things of the more masculine nature, kind of like the negative masculine, like very primordial, you know, lustful, you know, fiery, aggressive, kind of destructive. But it can also be just, you know, self-destructive, like drugs and alcohol. It can be food. It can be isolation that is hurtful to yourself. It can be all kinds of things that just cause your life to be not as good because you'd rather try to find a band-aid than to heal an old wound. Well, this card is asking you to give up those things, kind of forcing you to maybe look at healing that wound, but at least give up that crutch. Maybe move to something else, or just rely on some other crutch, because we all find many, many crutches, and it takes a while to move through them to get rid of them. So the Devil card is asking you to assess your life and see what is holding you in place. Now is not the time to be held in the place. This time in reality, in existence, in the world, it is crucial for you to be who you came here to be. And having habits that hold you into place is very, very detrimental to you and us as well. So we ask you as a collective, please do find those things in your life and start purging them out of them. If you need help, ask for it. You always have support and abundance. You can ask the universe or people around you that know and love you, or even institutions made to help people with whatever you're struggling with, because, you know, we all have our different things. It could be depression, it can be anger, it can be hostility, it could be not eating at all, overeating, whatever it is. You're being asked to address it and kind of purge that out of your existence so that you can move into being a better version of you, a stronger version of you, having a better impact. And it looks like you're going to have a successful endeavor doing exactly that. This is for November, and it's the Sun card. The Sun card is one of the most positive cards in the tarot, one of the most positive cards. It is about victory, triumph. It is about manifestation of positive things, and wish and desires coming true, having the strength and the perseverance, you being the light at the end of the tunnel, adding your flame to the collective's experience, and your flame is what adds the positivity and peace, you know, the ripple effect to ripple on down. This is you shining really brightly after this. It looks like you attempt it and you succeed. You absolutely have what it takes, and we all benefit from that, from in some way. Either it's in some small, big, and sometimes you can't even see that effect, but just know that that is a positive effect that does also happen taking that step. Now come December, and this is a beautiful way to leave the year. You have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is bliss. It is the card of ultimate bliss, like pure love energy. So it looks like taking that stock, that personal stock in your life, by walking away from this. This can be the beginning of a new love relationship. This can be a rekindling of an old love relationship that faded, or the renewal of a current love relationship. It can be romantic. It can be, you know, family, like siblings, parents, children, whatever it is. But it is feeling genuine, strong, real deal, all the way to the core of you. Personally validating, empowering, beautiful love. That's beautiful. That's what we want to hear. So this looks like an awesome year. Yeah, I'm really happy to see that for you, Gemini. Thank you for watching my video. Please do like, subscribe, and comment if this, if you want to, and if this reading spoke to you. This is a brand new baby channel. These yearlies are the first videos to hit the channel, so if you do want to see weeklies from me, please do subscribe. They'll be there. Starting next Sunday, I'm doing weeklies for each sign. A different format, but it'll be there. So I hope to see you then, and thank you, and have a beautiful year. Much love.